Hopping right in. Here we go. Welcome in, guys, to the main event, the headliner, if you will, between Leary and Winchester. Two of the best players of the world. Will put Winchester in blue, Leary in red. And the first map is going to be Black Forest. Leary as the Mongols, up against Winchester playing as the Way. Very interesting setup. I don't expect to see the Way on Black Forest, but it's genuinely one of the best civs in the game. So maybe Winchester is cooking something, something a little secret there for himself. Two villagers going in, actually, from Leary, wanting to disturb the economy from Winchester. Winchester quick walls. Beautiful play from him. Not looking to get surprised at all. I need attention, Hera. I need to know if Celts are a good choice. They are a decent civ, but not really a good one. Depending on the map, they could be okay. Map is Black Forest, though. Very old school map. Very rare to see this in a 1v1 pro tournament, but here we go. This is actually still open. This is still open. Yeah, there we go. Lee's gonna wall it up, and he's gonna re-wall behind it. And now his scout is free to go ahead and push his deer in if he wants to. He's also making a lake behind this. Both players are, in fact. There's going to be just setting up some economy. Hello, Goats. Hello, Andy. What's up? And I'm curious to see what kind of strategies we're going to see out of both these players. So far, it's just Leary walling up with 2 layers, looking to stay extra safe down the center. He's bringing in 3 boars, 1 shot. We've seen this before. 3 rhinos, 1 shot. Every rhino has 400 food. So this is 1,200 food worth of hunt. Do not lose the vill, though. You got to be careful. It's always risky. Honestly, he made it look easy. I feel like I messed that up way more than the average pro player, but maybe that's why I'm out of the tournament. A lot of food under this town center here. Leary's doing quite well here with the Mongols. Remember, Mongols, they hunt 40% faster. So this is absolutely fantastic. We have a clip here. Grubby calls Hera a loser. Save that for after the game. We have to check that out. I might be getting drama baited here from Grubby. We'll save that for after the game. During the game, no eating, no clips. All right, more deer coming in for Leary. And we have the 3 rhino pull from Winchester. Pretty chill. He picked up Loom, which is interesting. He hasn't walled at all, by the way. It's like Winchester's not scared. He sees Leary doing the double wall, so he says, okay, I'm not going to wall. I'm not going to waste villager gathering time to make walls. I'm just going to go for a fast feudal anyway. He's going to get extra villagers by getting economic upgrades with the Way. And he might even get something like the fishing lines to get extra villagers compared to a normal game of Arabia, for example. This woodline from Leary is so far away, and it's actually a very thin wood for Black Forest standards. So I kind of hate that woodline. But if you think about it, Leary had no options. He either goes here and risks losing his woodline and his dock, or he goes to the back. All right, it's going to be a pushback here from Winchester. Fast feudal into trying to knock down some of these walls. But with 2 layers from Leary, I feel like this is not going to be a worth it strategy from Vinch. Leary can easily stonewall with 2 villagers here. Yeah, we're just going to see the stone walls come down. And that's it. All right, there we go. Stone walls right down here. Perfect. You do give up the relic, which kind of matters, but not really. Getting the stone walls and staying safe is much more important. Thing is, I think Leary is under committing here. Yeah, 3rd villager coming to help out. Yeah. You want to commit here and you want to just be okay. Keep yourself nice and safe here. Winchester's breaking through this wall. And he's getting in fast. Leary, you have to wall this. Leary, you have to wall this. Scout goes out to meet the enemy scout. And, yeah, Leary's going to sacrifice his scout most likely here. But we'll trade. Good micro from Leary there to hit the scout and dodge the arrow fire from the tower. It's going to be stonewalls from Winchester. So in the end, both players would stonewall and nothing happens. Okay, fair enough. Behind this, Winchester, he picked up fishing lines, so he got an extra villager from that. He got bid axe, so he got an extra villager from that. And we might see him get horse collar down the line for an extra villager if he really wants it. So extra villagers for the way. That's their bonus for this early game. The Mongols, though, with that crazy hunt bonus, we have Leary already up to the castle age. Making a few fishing boats, feeling pretty good. I wonder if he's going to castle drop and look to go Mangadai. That could be a pretty good idea. But he doesn't have to do that. He can do anything if he wants. He can just boom. With the Mongols, you have a lot of options. Winchester here, getting a nice worker lead in this early game. But that worker lead is completely natural for the way. It doesn't mean that he's actually winning this game. It just means that he's delaying his castle age for extra resource income. Which could be good. Not saying it's bad or anything, but it's, you know, remains to be seen if that's actually worth it or not. A lot of gold coming in for Leary. What's Leary's strategy? I expect him to siege push or something. I think he's going to go for some kind of aggressive option. Otherwise, the gold just doesn't really make sense to me. Unless he uses it to buy some stone and goes for 2 town centers. This is very interesting. I'm not really sure. I don't have a read on what Leary wants to do. I expect to see a workshop, though. Workshop and 1 town center. We'll see what he goes for. This is looking like 1 town center for sure. He has to buy stone if he wants a 2nd town center, which he could do. It's going to be a workshop, and it's going to be a town center. How did I get knocked out of this tournament, guys? I know exactly what's going to happen. I called everything perfectly. Bosaw coming in. So a little bit of economy, a little bit of a push. I don't know if this is a good idea, but it is certainly a good balance between putting some pressure and also getting your economy up and running. Also, I like the town center on the stone. I feel like that's really good. Gain the stone, potentially leads to Mangadai. He bought 100 stones, so looking like a 2nd town center is going to be the play. And it would be his 3rd, once you count his initial one. Where is he going to make it? I would say probably on a wood line back here makes a lot of sense. Or you can pull a few villas and make it up here as well. But it has to be on a wood line. There it is. It's going to be at the back here on a wood line. That one is a little more obvious because you need extra wood if you're playing a Black Forest game. Wood is essential for farming, for fishing traps, for pushing. With siege, it does a lot. It does a whole host of things. Leary is gonna bank some mangonels here. Winchester does not know about this. Winchester has a puny outpost, but I mean it's basically like a guy who's half blind and needs glasses. He's not seeing a whole lot with this outpost, okay? And the siege workshop's all the way back here. So the only way this makes sense is if Winchester gets town watch. For now, Winchester is just prioritizing more economy upgrades. So we see stone mining upgrade come in. Of course, that's going to be a free villager. Look at this. Boom. Free villager comes out. And he's going to have a lot of wood income. He's constantly with a lot of wood income. They're only on the 1 dock so far. I'm rooting for Winchester, says Matthew on YouTube. He's my favorite pro player. Was it AFK? Did Hera comment on the cheese strategy? Which cheese strategy, my friend? 2 mangonels coming forward. Looking like it's going to be a bust down the center. We're going to see a stable reply from Winchester. And I don't think this mangonel play will do a whole lot. It's going to keep Winchester honest, but there's no follow-up. Unless Leary just wants the relic. A brother just wants the relic, you know? It could be. 3 TCs for Leary. His scout finally goes down. Winchester will make a monastery. He's going to get gill nets, bowsaw, wheelbarrow. That's 3 extra villagers coming in real quick for Winchester. Once all those upgrades come in. He's got a nice lead in resources collected. 2 vills going forward. It's looking like Leary wants to push here, but I'm not sure what he wants to do. Oh, he could re-wall with the 2 villagers, but you've got to do it. You've got to do it. Knight's coming out. Leary spots it. You could get some attack ground. You can re-wall if you want to. Rewalling is difficult, though. He has the monk. He's not really scared of this. He's actually going to trap him. Wow. We'll lose a villager, though. And yeah, villager in exchange for a Haguan cavalry. But, of course, that stable does kind of scare Leary off the push. So far, man, it's hard to say who's winning. We're going to see a town center now for Winchester coming through. I will say, though, that the Way have the better units in late game, kind of. But I think Mongols could have better siege. It's a really hard matchup to call. Both civs top tier. Oh, wow. That's another Haegwang dying to Mangonels. Extra value now for Leary from this push. I think he just wanted the relic, but I think a good play here. You make the gate, send the Vil forward, wall this off again, use the Mangonels to kill the tower, and then you gain full control of the center, which I think is really nice. I don't know why he wants this outpost. Just make the wall, Leary. You have to re-wall this. Like, it's so obvious you have to re-wall this, I feel. There we go. Should have been done a long time ago, but now with Mangonels coming in, Winchester with defender's advantage. Mangonel shot goes through. One quick kill, but the villager also goes down. The trade back, though, so 1 for 1 on the Mangonels, but a villager dies. So advantage Winchester. However, Leary does take the relic from the center, so that's a nice small win for him. Why not? Why not? And Winchester now has a third town center coming up. So Vil count kind of neck and neck. Resources collected slightly in favor of Winchester. Actually, economy upgrades heavily in favor of Winchester. He's got 2 extra economy upgrades over Leary. He's only now picking up Horse Collar. He's made a lot of farms without Horse Collar. Mangonels versus Mangonels. Scout comes up. This scout will get attack grounded for sure. Oh! 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 Oh my goodness, those Mangonels killed all of Leary's units. Holy shit, what was that? Leary, friendly fire alert. I guess that's one way to get the job done. Sacrifice your own units. We have a Mangonel shot into a delete. Why would you delete it? I actually have no idea. Winchester has a castle. He will castle to defend this position. One more scout comes out. The stable is being targeted. 2 monks and a quick wall to keep that scout away from the monks. A aggressive barracks from Leary here. Looking to really push forward with a barracks, which is hilarious because Mongols don't have the strongest infantry. So not very threatening there with that forward barracks. But the 2 Mangonels could consider coming in. Decides against it in the end. The scouts just a little too menacing and the castle's too close to being built. Another villager goes down. Here's my thing, though. We now have 3 villagers that have went down for Leary at the front and kind of like this middle impasse here. And I feel like there's 3 villagers that didn't have to die. So that's a nice little advantage going towards Winchester, who's had a much cleaner economy. Imperial Age now coming in for Winchester. He's got the 1 dock with the full fish boom here. 13 fishing ships. And over on the other side, we have that kind of half fish boom on the 1 dock. So like a half dock fish boom, 6 fishing ships only. These things don't matter that much, but it's just little details that are different between the 2 players. Leary prioritizing much more in terms of the farming economy. He does have the 4th relic, though, as he did grab that kind of neutral relic in the center. So it's 4 relics to Leary, only the 3 for Winchester. And as far as compositions go, I expect to see Tiger Cavalry to open things up for Winchester. But it could also be the Jambé Raiders as well. Why is Hera not playing in this tournament? I didn't have time, man. I was just too busy with work. I want to prioritize casting it because I love the community so much, you know. And I just didn't have time to play it as well. That's how it is. XDD. True story, yep. Yeah, see, the chat believes me. Listen, man, I was knocked out by Lewis, and it hurts still. The forward barracks goes down. Yeah, it's just not a menacing barracks, I guess. But it doesn't matter if the barracks dies, because you can still make the archery range and the stable later. You already kind of fulfilled that prerequisite. Tension coming in, the unique tech for the way. This makes all food units give a little bit of extra... Or sorry, it makes all military units give a slow trickle of food. Whether it's good or not, I actually have no idea. But we're going to see Thumbring coming in. So it's not going to be a Tiger Calf play initially. It's going to be a Jambé Raider play, which makes sense. I think Xianbei Raiders, or I think in Age of Empires in general, when you have the option to make an aggressive cavalry unit or a backline DPS unit, normally you start with the backline DPS unit first. Normally. Just because it's a little safer to get a few of those units on the field, especially when there's already a few monks on the field. If you open Tiger Cav, even if it might be the better option, you're just going to run into a few monks, and you're not going to really get a whole lot done. Meanwhile, your opponent is building up his backline DPS, which scales usually a little better. 2 Mangadai diving in deep. He's going to be able to easily pick up this Mangonel here. Mongols, oof, in Leary's hands, very dangerous. Great micro there with the 2 Mangadai, but of course that was an easy test of skill for Leary. We expect to see that, and we are not disappointed. Another villager goes down, though. Villager number 4, dying in the center. It's not a huge deal, but I do want to point this out, that we have 4 kind of unnecessary vill losses. Like, what was that guy doing? What was he doing? Just sitting there repairing the gates. Shirtless as well, in the middle of the night. Was he drunk? Adding some extra unnecessary context, of course. Spicing up the story a little bit. 2 Traction Trebuchets looking to bust through here. Xianbeis and Traction Trebs. I think that's a good combo. This Xianbei Raider is kind of like a Chukanu on a horse. It's a very strong unit. Arguably broken. I'll let you guys argue that. Bracer coming in. 2 castles. A 3rd castle coming in now for Leary. The only thing that concerns me, though, relics on the front. Right? Relics on the front. Castles behind. It's kind of like if we hide the grown men in military gear behind the coughing babies, you know? I feel like the relics are what you have to defend, and the castles are what you want posturing in front. But here we have it the opposite way. Which, fair enough. You know, maybe he knows something that I don't. Some conversions fly through. Leary converts 2 units. Kills his own unit again with a Magana, by the way. The conversions are not really working out too well for Leary. Xianbei's coming through. We have armor coming in. Xianbei's and Traction Trebs. The combo for Winchester looking extremely solid. Now, the Wei have a nice unique tech that I believe it's for the Wei. It makes their Traction Trebs shoot multiple arrows or multiple projectiles. It's very good. You definitely want to pick that up at some point here. Nice little castle in the front. And again, relics, the first thing to be targeted. Of course, monastery goes down. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Monastery towards the back. Mangadai on the field. Elite Mangadai. This is like the original broken unit, by the way. Oh, that's the Wu. Oh, okay. The Wei Trebs are just cheaper. Okay. Okay, that's for the Wu. It's always hard to keep track of these new civilizations. Yeah, but luckily I have the chat here. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable chatters. Keeping me honest. Elite Mangadai on the field. As I was saying earlier, like Elite Mangadai, the original broken unit. The unit's been nerfed a few times, but it's still extremely strong. It has an attack bonus against siege. So if you see the Mangadai run in like they're Rambos, and they're going to target the siege and kill it in one shot, that's because they have an attack bonus, and they can do stuff like that. But for now, Leary's on the back foot. He's waiting for upgrades to come in. He's going for a light cav behind this one. Mangadai going in. He could consider diving onto the Traction Trebs. Oh my goodness, he's dodging ballistics with 2 units. Crazy good micro here from Leary. He pushes on forward. Crazy play. He's killed 7 or 8 units for free. He's only lost his first Mangadai now, with some Traction Treb fires coming back from Winchester. Winchester's also here to play, and they end up trading pretty evenly in the end. Monk will also go down, though. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a good series. This is going to be a good-ass series, but the problem is, it's a Tiger Cav transition for Winchester. And Leary is switching into beta-ass Hussars. Tiger Cav, again, is probably the best unit in the game right now. Literally the best unit in the game. And switching into it after already having the Xianbeis on the field is crazy good. Now, the Xianbeis, correct me if I'm wrong, does not have an elite upgrade. So you can't upgrade the Xianbeis more than this. Tiger Cav is the natural switch then. Mangadai going in. He's sniping some of the Trebs. Leary's doing well. No Tiger Cav on the field just yet. Leary's sniping 1 Treb, 2 Trebs, 3 Trebs so far down. 4th one going down. 5th one going down. He's looking for more. 6 Trebs going down. Leary is turning this around. He's about to get the score lead. The score lead for Leary as he kills 7 Traction Trebs with the Mangadai. You can't be serious. He got every last one of them. Crazy play from Leary. And now we wait for the Tiger Cav. And then we wait for the follow-up from Winchester. He's taken the relics, though. Why did we have the relics on the front? Ladies and gentlemen, the relics on the front could lose Leary this game. It's such a big factor. But he's microing absolutely beautifully here with these Mangudai. He's looking for the win. And it's been years since Leary has managed to win an S-tier tournament, despite being a player that consistently gets to second place, goes deep in these tournaments. He has won tournaments in the past. He's been competing for about 10 to 15 years. One of the best players that's ever played this game. Looking very solid today, but he's lost his last matchup against Winchester. Which is a really big match, and game 1 is really setting the tone for how good this match is. It's starting to get heated already. I'm seeing some crazy micro on the field. I'm seeing some small mistakes and definitely being punished from Winchester. He shows the Tiger Cab. He shows the Tiger Cab. That's such a big thing. Leary now sees that. He sees Elite Tiger Cab. It's a really good unit, but so is the Mangudai. I actually don't know who's going to win, by the way. I don't know who's going to win this game. It's not obvious at all. Both compositions very, very solid. Leary's micro has been slightly better so far. The Tiger Cab go in. It's a very strong unit, but the Mangudai are in big mass. Leary dives in with some of his units to snipe the traction trebs. The Tiger Cab are diving in. He's looking to snipe some trebs himself. Winchester snipes 1. 2 traction trebs go down, though. The push is still live for Leary. Hussar on the front line. The Mangudai are doing the job. Oh my goodness, the Mongols. You can make all the new Sibs in the game. Release all the DLCs. The Mongols are still the Mongols. Elite Mangudai raining down fire from the back line. Trebuchet's taking out the castle. The traction trebs are falling, and the frontline Hussar are doing the work. They're doing the job, and Leary just barely couldn't crack the base. Just barely couldn't finish it off. Crazy play, though, to start things off with this Imperial Age composition versus Imperial Age composition. Tiger Cab are too few in number. I think we need more Tiger Cab here. It's such an intense game. Leary is fighting uphill. The relics are kind of like the spoils of war. Whoever wins this fight gets the relics and basically wins the game, I would imagine. At least Leary can't afford to give up those relics. Hill advantage heavily in favor of Winchester there. Leary's doing such a good job, though, with his Mangudai and with his micro so far. He's splitting them up in little groups and doing such good work with them. If this is not inspiring people to play Age of Empires, I don't know what will. This is crazy, crazy performance from Leary, and he takes the game 1. Guys, that was so freaking epic. I want you all to type a GG in the chat. That was so freaking epic. What we just saw there from Leary was not easy at all. That was literally so freaking insane. He was pushing uphill against a Winchester that is steamrolled through this entire tournament. And Winchester had some of the best units in the game. Tiger Cab, Xianbei, Traction Trebs. He paid $20 for the Sip, for God's sake. He had the best units in the game. He's paid for it. But luckily, Leary had the Mongols, and the Mongols are just so freaking insane. They're so freaking insane. And they end up just taking the win there. But really, it is credit not just to the Mongols, but also to Leary. One minor mistake that he made is just keeping the relics in the front. I would say that's actually a major mistake, but in the end, it didn't end up mattering. He was able to win the fight and actually secure the win. Lost some vills in the center, but overall, he did enough right to actually grab that win, and he made the way look like an average Civ, and they're really not. Well played to Leary. He's looking sharp. But I wouldn't count Winchester out just yet. He's also playing pretty well.